Jeremy, what are you doing, dude?
Well,
it's like 9 o'clock at night, man.
Yeah, but this is when I can catch you when you're not doing anything, right?
You know, getting ready for bed, tucking the kids in, and then your buddy shows up. You know how this goes.
You'd probably rather hang out with me and help me out in need, right?
That's what friends are for.
Well, see, here the issue is she needs some love. Safety love.
I'm safety first, technically,
Safety
guys.
first, yeah.
What do you got going on? What's up, man? I see. I mean,
she's on all spring. There's no shot left.
Oh, let's see.
She's a bouncer.
You got an example? Wait a minute.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of weight in the trunk because I've already purchased the parts that you can help me put on.
I knew there was something going on, guys.
You know, she
looks like a good time to me, but I mean, you know.
Well, here in Michigan, we have this thing called icy roads and stuff, and it's not a great thing if your car's bouncing.
Makes sense. So I'm guessing, what do we got? Strut replacement?
Yeah, I even got the stabilizer links, and then maybe oil pressure sensor unit, and maybe an oil change, and probably look at the brakes.
Full, you know, work over, guys. So
you know, there might be a bad tie rod in too. Now that I think about it, I don't know, but I don't got those parts. So
we ain't got one of those.
No, we can.
So what do you got with us today? We got struts,
stabilizer links. We got them.
All right, guys. It's always great when you get visitors like our good buddy Jeremy, but he's always here for us, so we might as well help when we can. So, welcome back to another How Tuesday. So today we're gonna throw struts on this Impala. What year is this, Jeremy?
This is a 2010.
2010. So as far as I recall, I think it's 05? No, 6. 06 to 13. That's what it is. So should be the same for all those years of the Impalas.
She's got the big 3.9 in her though.
Big block. Yeah,
with
big block.
250,000+ miles. Original motor and transmission.
Still runs. Hard to believe. Nah, just kidding. It's a GM. It's fine. So let's go ahead and get this thing in the air like we said a moment ago. Take a look at what we got going on. Make sure there's nothing too bad. And then we'll get some struts put on. Show you that. Appreciate it, guys. Step one, front struts, pop the hood. Like I said, we can get to the upper strut mounts, and then we'll get her up in the air and hopefully show you a little better example of what we got going on today. But she is the big block 3.9. All right, so you're gonna want to start with your basic stuff, guys. You know this. Get your lug nuts off. Get your wheel out of here. You know what I mean? So these are one of the more straightforward struts, so we like these guys. These are easy. So we have two 21mm nuts there. And then if you look, it's got a goofy head on this side. The reason that is, it's actually splined, almost like a wheel stud. And that head, I don't know why the head looks like that, but they do that, so, you know, whatever. But the splined portion kind of drives in here. So we're gonna have to beat that out with a hammer, get them studs out. And then at that point, we got our 3 up top, and that's it, guys. I know, right? So what I like to do though is pull this 10mm out. If your brake lines are really rusty, don't do it, but pull that out. It'll give you a little more leverage so this wheel can come out. The knuckle assembly can come out. So let's get to pulling some parts. All right, so what I like to do, get this dude out of the way, like I said, 10mm. All right, so we got a little extra freedom with that line. We're gonna go ahead, we got our impact here. We're gonna take these dudes off here. And you always wanna take note, guys, for the adjustment here. So these ones here are factory. Them holes are a perfect circle. In some instances, if you come into aftermarket struts, they'll be slotted. It's for the alignment shop, really. So if you're not gonna take it to the alignment shop, do your best to line it up, because you probably should. In our case, our aftermarket ones do not have the adjustable holes, so it makes it simple for us to change. All right, get your BFH out. All right, guys, we're gonna take advantage of the lift and a second body. So get yourself a 15, that's the factory nut size. All right, Jeremy will show us how to fish that out of there
without catching any brake lines there.
Look at that. She's out, guys. How simple is that? See, you can do it yourself. So we're gonna go ahead and get the other one stuffed in real quick, show you that, and then we're gonna jump onto the rear. All right, he's gonna fish that back in there. Again, line up your bearing plate. And then once he gets it to pop through, right there, hold it. Go ahead. All right, with it. Well, let's get these tightened up. All right, go ahead and get your holes lined up. I like to use a pry bar. Kind of work the bolt in there, get past your threads. Go ahead and give her a tap back in. You see them knurls on there too. I'll show you on the other bolt real fast. So you want to grab the other fastener. So there's the knurls we were talking about. All right, put your nuts back on there. And then when you tighten them, it's going to go ahead and pull the splines back in, locking that in. You'll see what I'm talking about here. All right, get the other one real quick. What are you doing over here?
I was just waiting for the 21mm deep well.
So.
And that took me a 15-minute break waiting.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were cheating a little bit there. You kept the socket from him. All right, P.S. guys, don't forget your brake hose bracket. And honestly, I know I'm not using an impact, but you don't want to break that dude off in there. You only got one shot. All right, get your rear tire off, similar aspect there. You know, we were just bragging about the lug nuts, and then the back one's got these super shitty GM swollen ones. Way to go, Jeremy.
My side is good.
All right, guys, this one is a little bit different here. So this one does have the sway bar link attached to it. We didn't change the front because they weren't attached, right? This says work car, high mileage car. They weren't broken, don't fix it, right? Sometimes the OEM GM is gonna outlive the aftermarket, you know, Chinesium stuff that we get nowadays. So this dude, if you look, if you can see all the stuff on it, look at that. That is from the oil that's been leaking out of this for eons. These things are really bad. The front they weren't nearly as bad as this. So, as for the fasteners, same deal. It's them press type bolts, and then it is 21s on the front. So that's the same rodeo. And then we're gonna go ahead and either figure out what size nut this is or cut this off. And then again, we're just gonna hang new ones on when we get the struts on. We do, if you look, we gotta go up through the trunk, like I said earlier. And if I recall, it's 15 again, but we gotta do ratchet wrench up in the back corner. So let's get the lower done, and then we'll lower the car down and we'll attack the trunk area. All right, guys, we're just gonna go ahead and cut this dude out of our way. All right, we're gonna see if we can fish the impact in here without taking off the brake caliper. Now you could actually get a wrench down on the bottom one, but we're gonna try doing the impact. All right, got that one. See, we got our sway bar out of our way. This is gonna be the tricky one, guys. She is right at the bottom. Technically, you should pull the caliper, but you know. There we go. All right, so I'll give you both examples. Jeremy pulled his caliper off. Tons of room, worked out good. I'm a firm believer in taking off as little as possible. You get in there, you break this bolt off, something like that, a brake pin, something you don't want to deal with, that's not your responsibility. You're trying to get it wrapped up for your buddy to go home.
Especially here in Michigan, because, you know, salt, everything breaks.
So we're gonna go ahead. Now, it's his car, so he made the choice. For us, we're gonna leave the brakes alone. So you get yourself your trusty air hammer, and hopefully it's got enough juice to... But eventually, it does pop out. So let's get the other one out real quick, and we'll get to the trunk. So, over in the rear corner here, let me go ahead and pull this down. You will see there is 4 or 3 more nuts, and actually a cap that just kind of sits up there for covering it up. You pull those 3 out, it looks like we can get the ratchet in for a couple of them, but that top one we're gonna have to do by hand. Same goes to the other side, and you can see we got a little bit of Michigan rust starting on here, but for this thing, almost 300,000 miles, it'll get you by for another year probably.
It's fine.
Yeah, just a work car. So let's get you in there. You can see what we got going on. All right, so we got a mid-length 15. We're gonna see if we can make it fit in there up top. Oh yeah. So we are cheating a little bit, guys. We have Jeremy on the outside, and he is gonna catch it. There she is. All right. Again, 2 people does help, but definitely can be done by yourself. Holding down the lower control arms, just so we can fish this guy up in there. Perfect. That'll let up a little bit, and I'll go inside and start a nuts. All right, guys, go ahead and lift your strut back up there. Oh, lost her. All right, get that set up. Give her a couple taps, get her back lined up. All right, get your 21s back on there. Same song and dance as the front. Alright, so we elected new sway bar links in the rear. We showed you earlier, we couldn't get them off, and honestly, they're probably original like the struts that were on it. So get your units, get a couple wrenches. So a lot of them have a hex on the inside, or there's an Allen, you know, key, Allen wrench, yeah, what the hell, you know what I'm saying anyways. Hex cutout right there. So that's another way of holding it too if you're taking it off or reinstalling the new one. Let's get these put on, and we're about wrapped up with this gem. All right, go ahead and double check everything. We got both those tight. We got our 3 tight in the trunk. Got those torqued up to spec. Time to put the tire on and get this thing on the ground. Well, guys, that's a wrap. That's how you throw struts on the Impala on your buddy's ride at, you know, 10 o'clock at night. So she's rolling out.